A lease deed? It sounds boring, but it's one of those things you absolutely must understand if you ever rent property. At its core, a lease deed is just a written agreement between a landlord and a tenant. Simple, right? But the devil's in the details. Here's where people get it wrong. They skim it. Never skim a lease deed. That's basically signing up for unpleasant surprises. Rent hikes, random maintenance fees, Disco Tuesday rules you didn't agree to. It's all there if you don't pay attention. Every lease deed locks down a few key things: the rent amount, the duration, and the security deposit. These are the holy trinity of lease agreements. Mess this up, and suddenly you're paying double the deposit with no explanation. Pro tip: always, and I mean always, ask about renewal clauses. Are you locked into the same rent? Is the landlord legally allowed to raise the rent by 10%? It sounds nitpicky now, but future you will either thank or curse present you for this. And then there's the infamous maintenance clause. Oh, this one gets people. Who's paying for the leaky faucet? What about the faulty AC? If it's not spelled out clearly, you could end up footing costs that should be the landlord's responsibility. Let's talk about termination clauses. What if you need to break the lease? Life happens. You move states, get a new job, or just decide you hate the place. Is there a penalty? Are you required to find a replacement tenant? Know this up front. Now, signatures. This sounds obvious, but I've seen people verbally agree to lease terms and then get burned. If it's not in black and white and signed, it does not exist. But my landlord promised. Yeah, good luck with that in court. Pro tip number 2. Document the property's condition the day you move in. Photos, videos, a long novel about the scratch on the floor, if you must. This will save you from landlords trying to dip into your deposit for damages you didn't cause. Security deposits are a huge point of contention. You should know exactly how much is refundable and what deductions are allowed. Cleaning fees and general wear and tear have been stretched into some wild interpretations by shady landlords. Don't overlook the minor details, like pet policies or allowed alterations. You'd be surprised how many people hammer nails into the wall without checking, and then boom, a deduction when you move out because of damaged walls. One sneaky clause everyone misses: subletting rules. If you ever need to rent your place out short-term, like for a summer, those terms matter more than you think. I once knew a guy who got evicted for a weekend Airbnb rental. True story. Lastly, always get a copy of the signed lease. Too many people walk away without it, assuming the landlord will keep it on file. That's like throwing your parachute out the plane and hoping for a soft landing. Don't be that person.